There's certain people that took the initiative and put a part Constitution together. If you want to call them the founders of the Constitution, then call them that. But there's not any founding members, no such thing as presidents, and we don't have any bureaucracy whatsoever. We have an administration, they're employees, and all they're there to do is implement what the sovereigns want done. That's their job, period. Implementation. They don't tell us what to do, and they don't do anything outside the scope of what the sovereigns have agreed to. People have to understand. The system we are under right now is exactly what you described it. The pyramid system. And what have we been taught? That pyramids are illegal business structures. And yet our government is an illegal corporation. Do the comparisons. The difference between a multi-level and our government is in a multi-level, I can at least bypass the person that got me into it. In the system of corporate government that we have right now, you can't bypass the person that brought you in, and you have to toe their narrative. Agree with everything they say and implement what they tell you. And it's a hierarchy. It's not bottom up, it's top down. And the big difference is what we have here is our form of republic. The power comes from the grassroots, the bottom, and works its way up to the national. So you got your city, county, regional, and national. The national works on implementing everything for the nation's infrastructure and resources. That's all they're doing. Same with regional. They work on the regional. And same with county. And the county is the closest ones to the sovereign. So if you want to really put it into perspective, if you want to look at it in a hierarchy form, we're working from the bottom up. The main source of power, if you want to look at it that way, will be the local administrators. But their only power comes from their local sovereign community. Not from somebody else 500, 600, 1,000 miles away. Never works. Because that person living 500, 600, 1,000 miles away has no concept of how the people in your community thrive and live together. So how can they make decisions for you? And that's where everybody needs to come to realize. We are responsible for our own local communities. Not somebody in Edmonton or Fort McLeod or Regina, Saskatchewan. That doesn't work. Too distant. They don't know the culture, they don't know the economics, and really they don't know the people. So until people understand, local first, region next, and then nation next. And those are downward trends, not upward. Okay? So you have the local, you have the sovereigns in the local community who oversee the administration in the local community, who oversee what goes on in the region and nation. It works its way down to the local all the time. Everything's voted locally. Everything. It's hire and fire. Administrators are nothing but employees for their communities. And they need to understand natural law, do no harm. And it's only 8 parts of that Constitution draft that we wrote. The articles from 9 to 82 or whatever it is now, those are the structure of how it is implemented, how that Constitution is implemented. Those can be changed for each community. It doesn't really matter. But it boils down that we are above the Constitution. There's no other power above us but our Creator. So if you're looking for somebody like a president, a prime minister, or mayor, stop looking. We don't have any. We're all in this together. And we're not going to be controlled by a few. That's how we've been under bondage, slavery for thousands of years. And an oligarchy system, as Elizabeth and Beatrice have said many times, and it's just all repetition. But go learn about what a republic is. Then ask yourself, would I rather live in a free republic? Or would I rather live under socialism, communism, or a total dictatorship, tyranny? And people, you have a choice to make. And I hope and pray you make the right one, because your children and grandchildren will depend on what you decide today. Slavery or freedom. So really, really think seriously. Because right now, you have no other options. You can stand up and fight for your freedom, help us affirm and ratify these constitutions, or you can accept the poison, the indoctrination, watch 90% of our population be destroyed, eliminated. And I don't know if they're going to take out 90% of us. I guess you're not part of that 10%. They already attacked the elderly, the children. And when I see people putting masks on their children, it makes my stomach turn. Those young lungs are being destroyed, and those young minds are being polluted with carbon dioxide. And if you go and do your research, it's poison. So, that's my rant.